Welcome back, everyone. 43-37. Southeast Selection on top here in this one. Torres attacking, and there he goes, continuously active. Omar Torres in this one.
Yeah, and now I see Joey Justice now handling the point guard position duties. I mean, I'm not mad at that. Get the ball in his hands, but never mind. He just turned it over. So, X-nay and everything I just was about to say.
X-nay on Justin Bay or whatever. Brett Backer showing off his shooting with a little mid-range jumper. And it goes for the big fella, 51-37. Southeast Select is starting to look a little bit like we've seen them in previous tournaments like this.
Yeah. That experience, and to your point, I know you was kind of hog-watching about the experience. This is what experience get to you, B1. There are moments in times when you need a bucket, you need your team to be settled down, you need a coach who knows what to call and what to do. They are there because they have the experience. They're not antsy, they're not jittery. They're just playing Southeast Select basketball, and it's working. They're twiddling the twines right now, mighty fine.
I will say they have the coach experience of Brett Lee leading them to this point of the game. Dexter Jackson, the 17-year-old, is returning from last season. And I believe KJ Hills is, Jackson is actually the only returning player from last season on the Southeast Select team.
Well, you have Brett Becker.
Yes, sorry, yes, Backer as well, yes, thank you. Backer as well. Look, I honestly, I forget that he's only 16 and has reclassified, so
yeah.
He was 15 last season. So you are correct.
And if you're ATL, you're in danger zone right now. Now you're gambling by shooting doubles. The only hope is that Southeast Select can't make the threes, which they miss right there. But if you're ATL, you got to get some offense going, and you need it in the first.
Yeah, I got to find a way to get it going kind of fast here, or else we'll be looking like we're out of it heading into the fourth quarter. And
now look, Southeast Select has put. Oh,
Joey Justin.
Mama. There go that man again.
Yep. Went right by Dexter Jackson and threw it down in the process. Trying to get it back down to 10 before the quarter ends. Backer goes right around two defenders, and that is Drake Johnson scoring that time.
Great. Every time I hear this, man.
Every time. I do the same thing. The same thing. It's like a requirement. You have to do it, right?
It's definitely rent-free in my head living, that's for sure.
Yeah. It's like a Pip Man Slip back. Yeah, to the whole thing.
You gotta say it.
To the whole thing. 57-43, 25 seconds left here in the third quarter. Southeast Select is in their lead. Torres fires from three. Can't get it to go, but on the glass, Brett Backer. Rebound. ATLians forcing the second miss in a row.
They need a good shot here.
Yeah, good shot here. Turnaround jumper with the clock winding down. Knocking it down.
Yes.
Good shot. Well, a shot that worked anyway for ATLians. But that will end the third quarter play right there. 57-45. Southeast Select out in front still. They got one more quarter to get through to advance to the second round of the Last Dance. We'll see if they can do it. I'm right back, folks, for it.
Wait. There's something I want to tell you. -2.
Even I have something to tell you.
Huh?
Lasting relationships are based on transparency, like what Geojit BNP Paribas shares with 4.5 lakh customers. Benefit from transparency.
Up all night, putting work till it's daylight. Yeah, inspiration ain't required. I go hard in the pain even when I'm tired. 'Cause tomorrow ain't promised. I give my all, ain't nothing left. No, tomorrow ain't promised.
right, everyone, we're back, and it's time for the fourth quarter. You know what that means. Put up those fours, folks. It is fourth quarter time. 57-45. Southeast Select out in front here still. And they've got a little more work to do to put this one away. They're going to start with a miss on the layup there. A rare miss on the interior for Southeast Select in this game.
Oh, he missed the bunny. You can't miss
Oh, man.
You down double digits, baby. You can't miss bunnies like that. You got to make all the bunnies. The white ones, the brown ones, the black ones. All the bunnies you got to make. Speaking of bunnies.
He's coming out missing, but hey. KJ Hills. Number 29 ranked recruit in the nation. Throwing that one down. Extending this Southeast Select lead some more.
And he's been relatively quiet this game, to be honest with you, as the number one leading scorer for his team coming into this game, which goes to show how deep and how great the Southeast Select team has been playing. They haven't needed their number one scorer, and they still had this lead stretched out like big girls with draws.
And look, and I'll be honest with you, I wasn't really looking at Southeast Select very much through the tournament just because of all the available talent in the tournament. Looking more throughout their regular season performance and being unsure what they were going to do, but they've impressed me in this game, in this first game today.
Agreed. They're definitely not playing like a 14-win season.
No, they are not. They absolutely are not, and this is the perfect time for it. Really, in all honesty, you have to come out and play hard every game. As we mentioned, it's a one-and-done tournament here. You're losing, you're going home, and right now, it's like not going to go home yet. As Jackson drills another one from deep.
Justin Jackson said, go ahead and get the bus loaded up. Go ahead and gas it up. Gas it up. Y'all go ahead. Y'all gonna get on this bad boy now.
Jackson knocking one down, his second of the game that time. And they're trying to pull away here in the final 8 minutes. And this is where that time I mentioned comes into play. Oh. Trey Maxwell. What a jam that was.
Yeah, he got him a little highlight. That's a top 10 nominee right there.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure we're seeing a lot of SimWorld prep featured on the top 10 plays at the end of the weekend here. Between Friday and Saturday, you see Sunday plays will be on there 2 weeks Sunday. They're going for the next week's highlight. But either way, that'll be on there for sure, Rick, right? Somewhere,
for sure.
Gotta be.
Somewhere. If not here, somewhere in Cuba, they get the bootleg version over there. People get the bootleg version. They'll have, you know, every year. In case you guys don't know this, every year in the SWBA finals, when the two teams are playing, they make championship T-shirts for both teams before the finals. Both teams have championship because you don't know who's going to win it.
Right.
And so what happens is when the team that wins, what they do with the championship team shirts that they make for the losing team, they give us the third world in the countries, the other countries. So you got teams walking around with fake championship teams because it was just given to them. And so, those top 10 players that don't make it on our list, the foreign countries get them, and then they put them as their top 10. So they have a different top 10.
I need to see some of those sometimes. That'll be really interesting too. There's a nifty move there. Going on the inside. There's Trey Maxwell once again. And Maxwell certainly is doing his part. He's come alive, Rick. Mentioned the hot start from Joey Justins, and he's done stuff for sure. But Maxwell has definitely come alive. The late, and look at KJ Hills. Flying through the sky once again. Getting more points. And Southeast Select is looking real good.
KJ is closing it out for his team, which I like. The Trey Maxwell topic, I feel a little bit differently about it. I'll tell you why. They're down a gazillion points. They're not down a gazillion. They're down a double-digit points. And they needed Maxwell to go off when they was in it. You know, now that the pressure's off, you're down so many points. These kind of feel like, to me, in my opinion, empty calories. You're scoring the buckets, but when the team needed you to score the buckets the most, and you guys were in a fighting position, in pole position to take the lead and to put some stretch between you, he was nowhere to be found. Jesse Jackson had him swaddled like a baby in the manger. So now that Jesse Jackson is not playing him, he's going crazy. Good for him. He's getting his points up, but they're empty calories to me.
I understand that, and this is the team now in Hoops that now has 4 guys in double figures. When you talk about point distribution, and Backer is 2 rebounds away from a double-double. This is really a full team effort, and this is kind of what we've known from Brett Lee, even when he had guys like Gabe Porter, Trey Turner on the team. It was still very much a team effort, production-wise. Yeah,
and again, he has his boys ready. Good pass, what's good. He has his boys ready to play basketball, and all the regular season accolades, the wins, the losses, it means nothing now that you're in the tournament. All those things are just things. It's a brand new season, and Brad Lee is saying, hey, in this new season, my team is just as good as anybody in the tournament, and they're showing it today.
As they extend the lead with another 3-pointer from the corner. Now 71-54. 3 minutes left in this one. Toomey turnaround jumper. No good.
Toomey knows he's going to be shooting it. Toomey knows this is his last game for ATLs. But he's just getting shots up right now. And that's the thing. A lot of these players that are seniors, this is their last game, particularly with their teams. So you lose, not only is the season over, but the season with those great shot, the season with your teammates on ATLs is now over too. It is a wrap. We're moving on. This is a senior year. Some be going to play college basketball. Some be going to become auto mechanics at your local dealership. But this is your last game for a lot of players.
Yeah, and that's the unfortunate and beauty of this time of year for SimWorld Prep. I mentioned Toomey. Toomey will be taking his talents to Georgia and join Royce Anderson and the Georgia Bulldogs next season. I think that he's going to be a huge part of that team for next season in terms of his defense background, especially in particular.
Right. And Georgia can use all. Oh, good move.
Cool.
Now Maxwell getting jiggy with it, but it's Sands the first half and Dexter Jackson the whole. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. But yeah, Georgia can use all the help they can get. They're having a really not great season. And so they're going to welcome Toomey with open arms. He can't even shoot no jump shot. He was just shooting.
And Frey Maxwell is Massachusetts is Mr. Basketball. And he'll be joining the Richmond Spiders next season up at SimWorld U. There's a lot of kids on both these teams heading to the next level, between the two teams, heading to the next level already. I'm sure a lot of them are excited to get to that point. Got to finish out this last 125. If you're one team, if you're another team, you got more games to think about playing. As there's a great pass from Backer inside. I believe that's to KJ Hills once again as they continue to score and put points on the board. 1:10 left in this one.
And shout out to ATLians who they played their last game this year, and again the seniors that played their last game in ATLians uniform. Also give a shout out to those seniors who are going either to the next level and play some college ball, or they're going to become plumbers, which is a very good honest living by the way as well. So shout out to those guys. Best luck to you guys in the future. Best luck to Coach Woods and his future endeavors as well. But as they say in France, you gotta get up out of here.
I thought you were gonna speak French at me for a second there, Rick. I was waiting for it.
I mean, they say that they say it in their language, but they say the same thing. It's just in their language. I worked that out. Oh, that's great. Yeah. That's a great lay. That's a great lay. I've been on Maxwell top, but that's a great lay right there.
Yeah, there's something to put it in your hat. You know what I mean? As the game winds down here, final 15 seconds. Look like Top is going to just dribble this one out, and they'll be advancing to the next round of this tournament to play the Yacht Club. The number 3 seeded Yacht Club will have a date with the number 14 seed Southeast Select, as the right side of the bracket here is almost set up. We'll have 2 more games to complete round 1. Well, this one here is final. 77-62. Southeast Select moving on. Me and Rick will be back for the 3rd game of today. And we'll see you in that one. That is Bay Area Breakers and SimWorld Latin America. See you for that one very soon.
I'm getting a drink first, though. I'm not saying what kind, but I'm just grabbing a drink first for sure.
Of court.
What more can I say? It's incredible, baby. Yeah. This that Ron Simmons, that Bush Reed type of vibe. We come to the ring, grab the mic. Hey, sweetheart, ring the damn bell. I'm off the top rope with the flow. My bravado, putting gills in a sleeper hole. Jake the Snake, don't be late when you got the load. What I mean is, if I pick you, roll. That's how it's supposed to go. Rapper slash singer slash actor slash producer slash everything else slash I'm Cordell Stewart. I knew it. Mama made me special, that's my birthright. Daddy named me Junior, just so he can live twice. You ain't know that I had balls like a baby crib. One called, who's all in your house like baby's crib. Let him live. I'm a lover, not a fighter, son. Rule number 1, hun, watch how you pop your gum.
I'm just a Northside kid where I did my Northside bid. I'm so Northside shit. I'm still on the Northside, bitch. I got that Northside edge. We getting money, you dig? Blue honey and Bitcoin. Cash still under the mattress. Shoebox full of 20s and 10s. It's 94 again. Shout out to Sam Cassell. My mama raised me well. Daddy ain't want me to fail. Boski saved my life. They had me under the jail. All the lies they tell, they ain't want me to prevail. What I did with Microsoft is why I excel. Now I'm Excelsior. Days me and Lil Ricky swore we make it to where we are. Now we want more. They got me out here like Brady if he never won them 6 rings. God be wanting big things. Niggas in the hood be wanting small change. For freedom, I'm somewhere in between.
Man, y'all niggas is not here. Bow!
Be sure to check out Rico on Clutch Time every Tuesday on SimWorld TV at 2 o'clock.
Y'all know how I go down, right? There was one to hold him down. Y'all know. So G-Dep, tell me a little something. Should I record? Y'all know how I go down, right? There was one to hold him down. Y'all know.
greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist.
Welcome back, everyone, to Houston, Texas for Game 3 of today's coverage of Round 1 of the Last Dance. Round 1 is almost done, and we got one more game here on the west side of the bracket to decide who's going to go on to face the reigning trades, and that is between the number 13 seeded Bay Area Breakers and the number 20 seed SimWorld Latin America. Welcome back. I'm B. Ron, familiar voice back in your ears once again, and Rick Blaze still here, going to be for Game 3 of the day, and they're going to get started with a three-pointer from Trey Byrd.
Yes, sir. I am here. I've had a few beverages, so the goose is a little loose, but let's get to it with Game 3.
This is going to be a fun one, I think. We saw Bay Area Breakers capture the last tournament of the season, winning the Layup Invitational. That was one of their 2 tournament titles this season. They ended up winning that one and the West Coast Takeover as well. They're 6-6 on the year, total of 8 dance points to get to this point and get that 13 seed in the tournament. SimWorld Latin America on the other end of that, 4-6 on the year, 5 dance points, ended up winning 1 tournament in the regular season. That was the SimWorld Hoops Global Challenge. They beat SimWorld Atlantis to win that one back in November.
Yeah, and for the Bay Area, that last tournament win was really good momentum. They got them for them coming to the tournament. And I'll be honest, Latin America has their work cut out for them to get a win, which will be a really big upset if the number 20th team obviously to beat high-ranked team. But they got their work cut out for them. Bay Area is a really, really good team. Again, besides the record, Coach Pope has his team ready to play, and I think they're going to come out here guns a-blazing today.
Absolutely, my friend. Absolutely. They're a tough out. They really are. Bay Area Breakers. A lot of reasons why. I'm going to give you 5 out of the starting lineups here. Trey Byrd and Damon Doria are the guards. You got Jake Lee at center. You saw him throw that one down. And James Jackson, Andre Pope Jr. at forward spots for Bay Area Breakers. For SimWorld Latin America, they're starting 5. Juan Carlos and Mariano Martino are the centers. Cristobal Hogar and Pablo Guzman are the guards. And the center is Juan Mazala. That's to me the problem though for SimWorld Latin America though, Rick. Have to figure out how to slow down Jake Lee, I think.
Yeah, I mean, Jet Lee, nobody's been able to figure him out anyway, so it is what it is. He just karate chopping everybody behind when it comes to scoring. Look, go to work. Look at Adam. Got him one.
Couldn't score there. Bazale able to contest, and he had a good defense possession there. That's not the greatest look in the world there. Ended up missing, but I also think that Bay Area is a team that has a lot of guard play. Look, does a really good job too, and you see one of them there. Jay Midoriya committing to play for Jackson State, reclassifying. He'll be joining the Jackson State Tigers for next season at SimWorld U. And this Bay Area team, they have 4 players ranked in the top 100, and there's another one for Jake Lee.
Yeah, and right now the speed for Bay Area is too much for Latin America. This is why I said they have their work cut out for them. Bay Area team's speed is one of the fastest in all of basketball. For Latin America, you got to slow the game down. You got to get half-court defense, and you got to make shots because once you miss, they're off to the races, and you can't keep up. It's like a Lamborghini racing a Pinto. It's just not going to work.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you too what the keys victory were. They already gave him, and Jake Lee is giving them everything they got.
Hell, he's giving them hell, B-Run. Just call it what you see. He's giving them hell right now. Welcome to hell.
Population U and Jake Lee. Putting you in a blender all game long, feels like. Now we can pick up and reset thing. Little Bird for 3. Another one. Good for Trey Byrd. Bird is the second highest 3-point shooter on the team as far as makes. Him and Shane Jackson to 18 for Jackson, 17 for Bird. Now Bird is 8. Now Bird has 19 now. On the season to get those 2 earlier in this game. The start for him.
America, those open shots that you do get, you can't afford to miss them because that's what happens. That's a 6-point swing you missed a 3, and Bay Area comes on the other side, and they nailed the 3, and all of a sudden you're down 11 points, and you haven't even blinked yet.
Yeah, not a good start for Latin America, but they are hanging on and continuing to fight again. It's only the first quarter, so still playing, and they're not out of the woods in this one just yet. But it is perhaps starting to look like it here early in this one. You can't win it early. You sure can't lose it early. Trey Bird wide open that time. Luckily for Latin America, did not that one fall.
Hey, Trey Bird is going to eat in this zone. You stay in this zone, Trey Bird is going to have a field day in this zone. But hey, he missed that one. But you keep playing with fire, you're bound to get burned.
Bound to. It only takes one, right? Pull-up jumper from Guzman. Good. Pablo Guzman committing to the Duke Blue Devils. He'll be joining Cooper Flag, Victor Oslogoskis, and Andre Ivanov over there. Bird, another 3. That one, good. Trey Bird on fire from deep to start this game for the Bay Area Breakers. 10-point lead.
It's raining threes. Hallelujah. It's raining threes. It's raining threes right now.
1,000%, my friend. 10-point lead for the Bay Area Breakers, 20-10. And as always, folks, we'd like to do some live VM giveaways. We're going to do one here in this game. And the rules are, take the number of viewers combined across all of our platforms, add a 0 on the end. So the more people in chats watching the game, the bigger that eventual payout will be. So get people in here, get that big number to go up at the end when we do the giveaway. And of course, you gotta be here to win. Mm-hmm. Most important part, break, right?
Ain't nobody holding your spot. Ain't no ticket lock my seat. You gotta be here to win, my friend. That's just the rules of the game. Hey, I gotta be around. Let's play a little role play. Hey, bro, you watched the SimWorld today? It was wild.
Nah, man, I didn't have much time. I didn't have time today.
My God, you ain't got 5 free wins out the day? Come on, bro.
You're right. I'll definitely get in there and interact more immediately. As you should. It's a free experience.
Most immersion ever seen. Top 50. And it's totally free. It's free 99, B-Run. Where can you go on planet Earth? They're trying to charge you for air right now. Eggs cost $100. Gas costs $500. This is free 99. I can't believe it is. They look, I don't make the rules. I'll be charging y'all asses a whole lot more than free 99.
This is a free experience to you all. We welcome any new faces, players, potential coaches especially. Need more coaches to make their journeys along with the players from the preps to the pros. Is another 3-pointer for the Breakers. That one falls. That one from Daquan Carter. The Houston Texans back home and getting a 3-pointer in his first basket of the game. Second effort there on the glass. Pays off for SimWorld Latin America. Nicely done there. Check the number on
Yeah,
that
if you Latin America, you gotta just stop. Like, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Bay Area, and some of it just, let me not just, Bay Area is shooting lights out right now. And sometimes, B-Run, a team is shooting lights out, there's nothing you can do about it. You just gotta weather the storm. But if you're Latin America, you gotta be at least within 5 feet of the guy. They don't have cooties. You can't hold them.
Yeah, gotta find a way to get stopped here. Midoriya fires, and that one falls as well. Man, Bay Area Breakers came out on an absolute heater in this one, Rick Williams.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm Latin American coach, I'm probably burning all my timeouts. I'm trying to cool these guys off as much as possible because they're on fire. And great defense is great defense, but great defense does not stop great offense.
And this is a tough test for SimWorld Latin America's head coach, Yasuhiro Okamura. This is really his first taste of the Last Dance. He just took over the team back in January. So this is and his first tournament was the layup invitational.
I challenge you to say the coach's name 3 times fast.
I'm not gonna do it now. do it out there for you. Get a break. First quarter though, winding down here, 28-12. Bay Area Breakers. Another shot. That's a 2, and that falls. That one from Carter once again. As the first quarter ends right there after the heave, very close. No cigar on that one, though. 30-12. Bay Area Breakers out in front. And boy, oh boy, what a huge start for them. We're going to take a quick break for the quarter. And we're back for the second here in Houston.
See the game, be the game.
SimWorld presents Around the Table with E and the Fat Man.
What's up, everyone? This is Big Bob.
And this is Elava.
And we are the co-hosts of Around the Table with Ian the Fat Man.
Around the Table is the SimWorld Sports podcast where Big Bob and I give our takes on various sports from around the world.
Make sure to tune in every Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time to hear our takes.
And don't forget to join in.
Welcome back, everyone. Second quarter and ready to begin in this round one game of the last dance. 30-12. Bay Area Breakers out in front. And Rick, we talk about it a lot in tournaments, especially. It's all about matchups when it gets to this time of the year. And unfortunately for some of Latin America, they have a really tough matchup here today against Bay Area Breakers.
Yeah, this is probably the worst matchup they could have asked for, actually, because the things that Latin America are lacking is what Bay Area does great in. Latin America is not great as a team athletically. Bay Area is one of the best teams athletically. Latin America does not shoot three-pointer great. Bay Area shoots three-pointer fantastically well. So everything that Latin America, all their weaknesses are Bay Area's strengths. So this is really going to test Latin America's testicular fortitude to see if they can stay within the game, within striking distance. Everybody's going to play outside of their mind for Latin America for the rest of this game. If not, Katie gonna be locking that door really, really soon.
Miguel Ruiz at the line does miss.
And you can't miss free throws. You're down a gazillion. You can't miss free throws, B-Run. You just can't.
Definitely can't do that. You see Coach Okamura there on the sideline. Not thrilled about it at all. And you mentioned the three-point shooting. Latin America, they have a good percentage. They're number 4 in the league percentage-wise, 39%. And three-pointers they make about 5 per game, which is good for 14th. But Bay Area, again, it's a little bit better in both those categories. Bay Area 5.2 per game, and 41% overall this team for second.
And Bay Area has about 4 of them already in the first quarter.
Between Trey Bird and DeQuan Carter, yes.
That's what I'm saying. So they're on pace to shatter their normal average. That's what I'm saying. Tournament time. All the stats you guys do in the regular season, throw that in the trash can. That means nothing right now. It's about matchups, it's about execution. And right now, Bay Area has the best matchup, and they're executing well.
Executing well. 3-ball, good. There's a nice one there. And that's going to be a big help for Latin America. But like you said, Rick, they need to get stops. And how do they? Well, there's a steal right there from Guzman. Midoriya. Asses up inside. And not able to finish there. Can't get it to go on the fast break chance. And Bird wide open in the corner. Knocks another one down. Number 4 for Trey Bird.
It's going to be a long game. Trey Bird keep hitting these threes like that.
Yeah, it sure is. Sure is going to be a long day if you're SimWorld Latin America. There is Miguel Ruiz. Some points on the interior. And we talked about defense earlier. One of the things is I think that right now Latin America, they look like they were in a zone at one point there, and they switched back. But Jake Lee scored over Juan Carlos.
Just keep him 1 second, B-Run. And one trick!
Yeah, I was going to ask you, how can SimWorld Latin America switch things up on the defensive end to try to throw off the Breakers' rhythm and get them out of sorts?
First, you gotta light some candles, B-Run. You gotta get your Hail Marys, your Rose of the Beans. You gotta break those out for Latin America. You gotta say some prayers. And that's step 1. A lot of prayers on the sidelines. A lot of candles going to be lit, and you're going to come out of this zone. Now I understand that man to man may not be much better because a lot of those guys Barry can break down those man to man, but at least there's someone in front of you. You can't give a guy like Trey Bird just nobody in the remote area. He's shooting the ball in Houston, and the defense is out in Chicago. That's not going to work. He's going to eat all day on that.
And the Breakers will keep possession after the turnover. The ball Hogard checking for SimWorld Latin America. The inbounding here, Midoriya gets the ball off the inbound. Lee pulls up behind the free throw line. That's no good.
If Chip Lee can start making that shot consistently, bro, it's curtains for everybody else.
Yeah, that is one of those things where you see a guy at least size extend his range out like that, and that's going to make it that much tougher on you to guard him, especially as you go to there's another steal from Pablo Guzman as he finishes in transition. Way well, what steal that was! Really quick hands from Guzman. Love to see it.
Regardless of how Latin America as a team has been playing today, Guzman has been playing really well for his team.
And Guzman, he's had his moments throughout the season as well, especially I think back to the Global Challenge Tournament when they played against Alios, it was SimWorld Europe, and he hit some big shots in that game for his team to get them to win in that one. Guzman, no stranger to big moments and coming up in the clutch. They'll need a lot of help today, and there's a long pass up, but Hogard gets it back for three. No good.
At some point, Latin America will put in JC to have a chance to compete right now.
And their lead's almost doubled here. It's 41-22. Breakers out in front. Guzman going right by Lee, but Lee gets the foul called on.
Oh, terrible call. A foul.
That is indeed what the ref decided, yeah.
What did he do? He blew in his ear? What did he do? I didn't see a foul. He must have blown in his ear.
On the way up, maybe, perhaps.
On the way up, he blew in his ear. He blew in his ear on the way up. Apparently you can't blow in player's ear on the way up.
Barely not. Pablo Guzman at the line for some of Latin America. He does make the first one on the season. The 81% free throw shooter. Very good on the year for them. This Latin America team, I know that they're down right now and they're down by a large margin, but they shoot free throws extremely well, Rick. They're third in the league in free throw percentage.
Which is a great thing for them. The only problem is they gotta get to the line.
Yes, I agree.
That's
it's gonna be hard to do, especially when Trey Bird and company are hitting three-pointers like they are right now. 20-point lead for the Breakers in this one. Bird and company doing everything they can to make sure this one is not out of hand early.
I like that
Pablo Guzman.
He got heart, man. Look, hey, my man got heart, bro. He got heart. I like Guzman.
Yeah, Pablo Guzman definitely doing his part in this one.
The Trickberg again?
I believe so, and there's another timeout.
That's like 6 for him. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, well, how about the check stats? Having a phenomenal day, Trey Bird from deep. 47-26, Bay Area out in front. 3:35 left here in the first half of play. And it's getting real ugly here, Rick. But we're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
Bay Area out in the front and they out in the back. Bay Area everywhere.
Welcome back, everyone. 47-26. Bay Area Breakers out in front here, cruising through the first half of play in their round 1 game of the last dance.
And B-Round, I'm gonna get some shout outs right now while we got a chance.
Yeah?
You gotta get some shout outs, man. I know my people hanging around game 3 and shout out. Starting the shout out with Maestro. What up, my guy? Rip. Son Yu Chu. Cyrus checked in. Biff still here. Monte still here. Kai still here. Coach Simpson still here. Who else is still here? Drew, shout out to Joe Maury. Shout out to Tony Henderson checked in. Let's see who else. Coach Casey Mitchell, shout out. Coach Dries, shout out. And just to back the old Coach Dries just said, he mentioned in the chat that he hates his own defenses. And I'll tell you why. On this level of high school basketball, you have to be very astute about your position in zone defense. And to be honest with you, to get 5 young men on college prep level to be astute, I'm not going to say they're not smart, but astute enough to know where they should be at all times in the zone is very difficult. That's why in high school, zone defense is so difficult to do, because the players have to know exactly where they are and where they should be, who they should be covering. And it's very difficult to do. The zone defense works much better on the college level than it does on the prep level, because players at college level usually have more aware about where they are, where they should be on the court defense.
It's also dangerous to play his own defense against a team that has one of the league's best three-point shooters from last season returning. And as a team, they shoot the 3-ball very well as well, Rick.
Yeah, you can see, I'm not going to try to butcher the coaches for Landon Murphy's name.
No.
I'm not even going to try. That's not how I do that. So I can see what... yeah, okay. Yeah. Wings and burritos to you too. I can see why you would try a zone. The logic is, hey, my guys weren't fast enough to stick man-to-man with the Bay Area for guys. I understand that. But when you got a guy like Trey Bird that just lighten you up on fire, at some point you got to get out the zone and say, you know what? I would rather him take a dribble in and beat me off the dribble than to keep busting me behind his line every single time.
Got to figure out something's got to give at some point. Juan Rosales scored that one. 55-30. 1:25 left here in the first half of play. Jiggly working in the post. Got him up in the air, but smartly decides to reset things. Shuttle it down to 10 seconds. Vidoria with it. Brings it over to Pope. Back out for a corner shot. No good. As we're down to the final minute here of the first half of play, Hogar gives it to Rosales. Inside, get that out of here. And Andre Pope Jr. We're down to the final 45 seconds. There's another basket on the inside with a two-handed slam there. And Rick, I know this is one of those games where it's out of hand really early. There's a great pass inside. If you're SimWorld Latin America and you're down big like you are right now, what is the thought process in terms of trying to keep going in a game like this? Even though, again, you're down big and yeah.
Right. At this point, I just want players who are going to play hard. And so I don't care if that's a starter or a player off the bench. I'm probably getting all my players in the game to get this type of tournament experience, especially my guys who are 15, 16 years old that's going to be returning next season. I need them to get this experience, right? So I'm going to use this as a learning tool. I want all players that's playing hard. I don't care if we down 100. If you're not playing hard, you got to come out the game. I'm going to let my young guys come in and get some minutes too so they get some experience. That way everybody can experience this beat down together.
Yeah,
so community beat down, B-Run. I won't leave no stone unturned.
Yeah, know what it feels like to take a loss. And in the first half, Bay Area Breakers really dominated on both sides of the ball, especially from the three-point land, Rick. They were impressive.
Yeah, they dominated three-point land, two-point land, the grave land, the dirt land, highlands, lowlands, any land you can think of. Disneyland, any land you can think of. Bay Area has done it and dominated. today on all sides. It starts off with Trey third three, who's been knocking them all down. The bright spot for Latin America, he's been Guzman, playing really well despite of the team's inadequacies. I just see more of the same from second half. Bay Area's got 2 minutes. They're shooting rifles out there. The other guys shooting television. And he's showing 23 points to Trey Bird. He's shooting lights out.
Half action coming at you. Right back with it.
We do it show for show all around the nation.
Welcome back, everyone. Second half, getting ready to begin, and I'm sure the Bay Area Breakers would love to continue seeing the three-point explosion from their side, especially from Trey Bird. He's got 23 points in the first quarter. 7 of those shots came from three-point range, 8 of 12 from the field overall.
Yeah, it's been practice shots because they haven't been contested. No one's been in the vicinity. I'm closer to holding him on those shots than the defense is right now.
Yeah, this is a really, really strong performance from Trey Bird so far in this one, and Bird is going to be another one of those guys who will be making his SimWorld debut soon, along with other players on the Bay Area Breakers. 7 3-pointers though in the first half, but that's really insane. And there is a mid-range jumper from Andre Pope Jr. That's Coach Dre Pope's son out there on the floor making plays well.
Yeah, and they're always, again, we talked about it earlier, the firepower that Bay Area has. And we talked about also, I mentioned the momentum that they had coming into the tournament. The last as well, so good putback. This is just a terrible matchup for Latin America on all phases. I just showing today. They have 34 points total. Trey Bird has almost outscored Latin America by himself.
Yeah, and it makes you wonder, how many points can he get in the next 16 minutes of play, right?
Find out. We're about to find out, B-Run.
We sure are. That gives him number 8 from deep with Trey Bird on the day, and 26 points now for the young man.
I think today, what's today, March the 15th? It's officially trade day in Houston, Texas. March 15th is trade day in Houston, Texas. He just made it his day. The way he's doing his thing on the court today.
And this
we
is
actually have a trade day in Houston, so that those Houstonians who know, like, that was a really good pun I just did. We do actually have a trade day for real, for Trader
really?
Truth. Yeah, it's for Trader Truth. Trader Truth has his own day in Houston. It's called Trade Day. He throws it himself every year. So now we have 2 trade days. We got Trader Truth and we got Trey Bird. Trey Bird now is trade day in Houston. March 15th.
I'll have to look looking at it. I'm really curious. I don't know much about it. Well, right now, SimWorld Latin America is trying to find anything to give them some kind of positive momentum. They pass inside from Guzman to Vazale, and those two hook up. They have a really good connection off the floor as well, bringing it here on the floor in this one. As Coach Ray Pope's going to burn a timeout here after that made that hit.
Yeah, and not a good thing be run about. One good thing I can say about for Latin America is after this game, there's a lot of great Tex-Mex restaurants to go to in Houston, and so there's a lot of places you can go and get some comfort food after this terrible loss before you get back on the road.
Yeah, and this is one of those things where, unfortunately, you look at a team like this, like some of Latin America, and we have to remember, Rick, that 2 teams previously of the international side of things are now defunct. SimWorld Middle East and SimWorld South America.
Yes.
Is there a situation where this Latin America team also?
No, B-Run, that's too far. B-Run, I know where you're going, man. That's too far.
I don't think so either. I'm just
the Latin America team. The Latin America team has produced a lot of great talent. That's currently now playing the SimWorld Pro, but it's currently playing the SimWorld U, right? Including the likes of your. You mentioned the guy earlier. What's my guy? He played for Houston H-Town last season. J-Mo is now at USC. And it's a few. So
Edgar Fernandez is Miami.
Yes, Latin America does have talent. So I would not be one of the ones that's proponent to do away with Latin America. I think what Latin America needs to also do is be able to keep their talent there in Latin America. So maybe that's something to consider, something to visit, to make sure that homegrown talent can stay and see if they can kind of get a few people in the surrounding area to come play for the team. But I'm against doing away with the Latin American team. I think they're good.
I agree. I am heavily against it as well. Again, they've got 3 players right now that are going to be going on to SimWorld U next season. Jeremiah Cordero going to Miami. Pablo Guzman going to Duke, and Juan Vazale going to Mississippi State. He'll be joining Jackson at Mississippi State for next season. As there's Vazale turn around and jump, that one was good for him. So this team definitely does have some pieces, and they have success getting guys to the SimWorld U level.
Right.
That's not the issue.
Great. Now with the other prep teams that got defunct, disbanded, I was on board with that. With this one, I'm not on board.
100% agree with you there, Frank. I just read my notes here and saw the question and had to bring it up for conversational purpose.
I understand. I get it 100%.
Hogar could not get that 3-pointer to go here. And for Bay Area Breakers, they have this play, I feel like, is going to be a big part of the let's call it the vindication tour for Coach Ray Pope, because last season this team was hit really hard with suspensions and things like that. And this season, they, again, 67th in the regular season, 2 tournament titles. Now this performance in this first game here in the last dance. This is the sign of them turning it around and answering that question.
Yeah, and also, again, you talk about some of these guys who were on the team last season as well as Coach Pope, the experience. We talk about it again. Experience means a lot for players and for the coaches. So the players who experienced this last season, the coaches who've been here last season, you know what to expect, so you better prepare going into these types of environments. Because again, there's no the advantage that you have in these types of environments are the advantages that you make, because it is a neutral site, right? So the advantages I can go on a limb and say there's probably more people that's from Latin America that lives in Houston than there are from LA or the Bay Area, right? So I can say I can go on a limb and make a case for technically there probably more fans cheering for Latin America just by proximity of where the Houstonians where they live at. But the advantage is what you make it, and a lot of the advantages goes with the experience that you've experienced in previous years, and it's showing in spades for Bay Area today.
Yeah, and just like Southeast Select earlier, Bay Area Breakers also has experience in the postseason as well. Back when they were in the Ground Zero season, they lost to the Houston Stars now H-Town Hoopers. They lost in round 1, but when Coach Pope came in and took over in season 1, they ended up losing in round 1 to Showtime. But in season 2, they lost in the 3rd round to Rocky Mountain. So this is a team that's also got that postseason experience, and a lot of it's painful, sure, but using that experience from previous seasons, both as an ownership organization and as a coach who's been now in your 3rd year with the team, now you're seeing it all kind of come together here.
Yeah, and just a little side note, speaking of Showtime, if you're the players and the coach of Showtime, I know you're disgruntled. I know you watched the early game 2, and so ATL is here in Houston. I know you're saying, yo, we could have been there, they could have been this. The stats were the stats, right? The numbers are the numbers. But looking at the eye test, I'm sure there's plenty of people who feel that Showtime was robbed of an opportunity to make them work in the tournament this year.
Yeah, over the Indy Stripes, yes, that was the issue that was had there. Indy Stripes had a head-to-head win over Showtime. Yeah, they're okay. They had the head-to-head win over Showtime, which gave them the edge in getting into the tournament, which is what resulted in what we saw earlier with the Indy Stripes losing in that first round, in their first round game.
Yeah,
I think that's going to be a big talking point throughout the offseason, Rick. And throughout the course of the tournament, I can imagine too, because you never know what could have happened with Showtime being over Indy.
Absolutely, but it also goes to show that the other point also is that the regular season does matter, because the wins and the losses, who you win and who you lose to, it does matter. It costs Showtime a chance to dance.
Yeah, exactly. The regular season matters, and it's very important. We talk about it all the time with the SWBA and how there's talk about how it doesn't matter. You know, what's the point of even playing if it doesn't matter, right? But that is more of a media coverage thing than anything else, in my personal opinion.
Absolutely, it definitely matters. It definitely matters, and the SWA talk about it as not mattering is kind of weird too, because all of your end of the season awards are based on regular season stats.
Performances,
yeah. So if it doesn't matter, then if the regular season doesn't matter, I mean your awards doesn't matter.
Right, and then nothing else you do matters, right?
Right. See how it trickles down. See how it trickles
right.
down.
Yeah. With everything in SimWorld Prep and everything in SimWorld U matters, as we've seen so far with SimWorld U going to their championship game format. But I think that this SimWorld Prep season in particular has been really impressive. The tournament format being back, Rick, I think has been a big benefit overall to the players. They're not playing as much, sure, which I think that there is some disgruntled opinions there, and I understand that. But you get more at one time, which I think is better for everybody else in general. Third quarter ends right there. We'll get back to end this one very shortly. Bay Area Breakers comfortable lead. Right back to Houston for the finale of this one.
Please, Papa Do's, I'm on my way, baby.
Playing jazz.
Playing jazz.
Smoothie.
Making smoothie.
Calendar.
No meetings today. Remember, tandläkare at 9:30.
Fire off.
Fire off.
Open door.
Door open.
Så ska vi sätta en till.
Ja. Open door.
Wrong voice command.
Open door.
Wrong voice command.
Open door.
Repeat that.
Open door.
I didn't understand that.
Hey, open door.
Play on the floor.
Get on the floor. Open the door.
Wrong voice command. Error.
Hey there, with a rock? Open door.
Higher volume. Higher.
Welcome back, everyone. Fourth quarter. We're ready to begin here. 74-48.
Damn, B-Run, you ain't even tell them they brought up.
I did not. Hang on. I was getting there. I had to introduce things first. I was getting there. But those were the folks.
Yeah.
It is
Hold on. I guess we can hold up. Do something with them.
Yeah.
Do something with your 4 fingers, I guess. I don't know.
It's like, oh man, we have seen a game in this one, Rick.
Yes, it's been on one side. It's been a game for sure by 18. I'm gonna go to the chat just for a second. Kai Killings asked a question in the chat earlier, and I'm gonna give my opinion on it. He asked, which team was more disappointing today, Indy Stripes or Southwest Latin America? And to my opinion is, Kai, to answer that question, and everybody's kind of gave their opinion. It has to be Indy. With Latin America, we knew the chance of them winning this game was slim to none. The only hope was they was going to compete. That was a hope and a prayer. You see that didn't come. Those prayers didn't come true. But for Indy had a real chance. They're coming off the whole situation about Indy and Showtime, and that was a chance for Indy to say, yeah, we belong. Forget what y'all thinking. I know the numbers say what the numbers say. We belong here. We beat them. We're the better team. And they came out there and just laid an egg. The Indy Stripes did. So for me, the Indy Stripes are the most disappointing team because I think they had more of a chance coming into it, and they look like they didn't have a chance at the end of the game.
Yeah, I think for me, just to weigh in on that as well, I also have to go with Indy for those reasons we listed, but also for the fact that they were trying to play for a lot more, like you said, with the Showtime situation, and I think also with the fact that their coach they had their most recent coach they had left in the middle of their first game, of his first game as coach. So you have that also weighing on you as well. And I think that you want to come out and you want to show that it doesn't matter who's coaching us. You know, we can still play at a high level and make it to the last dance. They did one of those things, made it to the last dance, but when it came time to, didn't play at the high level they needed to in the game itself.
Yeah, and I will give, actually that kind of made it difficult for me because I gave India a pass because of the coaching situation. Because at the end of the day, it does matter who your coach is. It does matter who your coach is. It matters absolutely, especially on the high school level with these young players looking for guidance. Not only looking for guidance, but looking for, in a lot of cases, father figures. A lot of these young men come from the inner city and don't have the father figures in their life on a consistent basis, and the coach, for all intents and purposes, is that secondary father figure. They're spending just as much, if not more, time with the kids than the parents actually are, and especially the fathers in those communities. So it absolutely matters who the coach is. I actually give India a pass off that. I'm proud of them for making the tournament in spite of that situation. The two teams that Ty Killers gave us a good dunk was Latin America and India, so I picked Indy. But really, if I had to pick out of all the games from today, it wouldn't be Latin America or Indy. It would be the other team so far that's lost in game 2. And we know who that is. ATL. It'll be ATL in the squad. Out of 3 teams so far. But don't forget, we got a game after this. So you go ahead and get your stretch in at the end of this. Hell, you can get your stretch in right now. You ain't missing nothing. Get your stretch in now. You can pour a little glass of Kool-Aid to cool yourself out. Pour your glass of Kool-Aid now. Get your stretch in because we have another game after this one, ladies and gentlemen. We're going higher and higher. And as the country folk would say, it's going to get gooder and gooder.
Yeah, we got SimWorld Africa taking on Lone Star Basketball Club. I think that one has potential, Rick, to be an upset for SimWorld Africa, just because that team, Rick, reminds me a lot of the Ground Zero SimWorld Africa team in terms of their length and their defense.
Yes, and SimWorld Africa seems to always have those two things going for them, right? They're going to have guys who are long, and they're going to have athletic guys, and they're going to play defense. That's like the calling card for all SimWorld Africa teams. If you can't do those things, you can't be on the team. Now, you don't have to know how to shoot. You got 2 left hands. I don't care anything about that. But you have to be long, and you have to play defense and be an athlete, period. You don't have to have shoes on. But you have to be long, and you have to play defense and be an athlete.
Yeah, and I think that Lone Star is gonna. I think that Lone Star is gonna win the game, but I do think that there's potential for an upset there.
Okay, we're going to see. We are going to see. It's about that time for some upsets to happen. Let's see.
Yeah? Who do you like in that one, Rick?
I'm going to go with the favorite view. I don't see the upset in this one. I don't see Africa pulling an upset. At the end of the day, the game is about a bucket, and Africa don't score enough buckets for me, or have enough bucket getters for me, for them to win it. I do think it's going to be a competitive game. I think the defense keeps them in the game for the reasons that you mentioned. At the end of the game, I think we need a bucket. Once you get over 55 points, it's a problem. And that's the problem.
Exactly. And I've been hearing some rumors around the potential what's happening with the Lone Star basketball coach. Despite no matter how this season ends for them, might be moving on to do other things. Those are things that I've heard. Not sure how true it is. Those are things that I've heard. So so those kids have a lot to play for, is what it sounds like to me today.
Hey, everybody has a lot to play for today, for different reasons, right? Everyone's playing for different reasons. Some are seniors. It's going to be your last game for the team if you don't win. Others are playing for the history of the teams, like it's Southeast Select. Some are playing for their coaches. Some are playing for their parents. Some are playing to get a better D1 scholarship or to get a scholarship in the first place, right? There's a myriad of reasons for players playing their heart out. There's 0 reasons for you not to play your heart out.
But that's the big thing, right? At the end of everything, that's the big thing, is that there is 0 reason. Dude. 0 reason for you to not play hard, especially in a moment like this when the whole The whole world is watching. Scouts, both college and pro scouts are watching. You're not just getting looks from the college level too. There's some pro scouts, and I think I saw some Houston Rockets scouts in here earlier. We saw some Dallas Mavericks scouts in here as well. There's plenty of scouts in the building.
And you also get looks from the girls. They're scouting too. So there's scouts all around. Trust me, there's zero reason for you not to ball out.
Absolutely, my friend. Absolutely. And the big story of this one really was the play of Trey Bird and the three-point shooting in general for the Bay Area Breakers. It was a phenomenal performance from them from deep. I think that's what really, in my opinion, made the difference in this game for me.
Yeah, and he started it early. He cooled down in the second half. They didn't really need him to score. We was almost on the 3-point watch for the playoffs. I mean, for the tournament. The record is 12. Trey Bird is going to end the game. Looks like, unless he just fires him up at the end of this game. Looks like he's going to end with 8, so he can come up short of tying the tournament record of 12 3-pointers in a single game. But you know, we were quietly keeping tabs just in case he got close to it.
That was Kadarius Loftus, the current Louisville Cardinal, who set that record when he played for the Originators last season in SimWorld Prep. We're almost done with this one here, Rick. And
thank God.
Then looking ahead into the next game, I was hoping we'd get this matchup. It's a rematch of the layup invitational championship. I'm sorry, previous tournament championship, because Bay Area Breakers are. No, I'm right. I got it right. I am right. See, look, I'm very rarely right, but once I am right, I'm gonna let you know. Anyway,
that's why we're such a great team. I'm the opposite. I'm very rarely wrong. So go ahead, continue.
Yeah, Bay Area Breakers is going to be playing against Reigning Trays in a rematch of the layup invitational championship game. And last time they met, it was a 90-69 Reigning Trays loss. Beat down by the Breakers. So, does that happen again? Do you think? I have a hard time seeing it happen again. But man, I said it because it's very hard to beat. It's very hard to beat a team twice like that. In that way, Rick.
Yeah, that's not happening. Like that was an anomaly. That was the exception, not the rule. I expect both teams, Bay Area and
Reigning Trays.
Yeah, Reigning Trays, to put on a fantastic performance. I think it's a good game. I think it's gonna come down to the X's and O's. I think it's gonna come down to the coaching for the Reigning Trays and Bay Area Breakers. Both of them supremely talented teams. The great young talent on their team. It's not going to be a break. It's not going to be a break. Trust me, it will not be a break for sure.
Yeah, the big star of that last meeting was Jake Lee. That was one where he really put himself on the map in that game for a lot of people. And I think that if they have a game plan for him next time we see him, I think that could be the biggest difference in their next meeting.
Yeah, and here's my thing, and here's why I don't understand why a lot of coaches don't adapt this philosophy more. So, the coaches always talk about stopping a particular player. What about the idea of just shutting everybody else down? Like,
and letting that one guy try to beat you.
Yeah, hey, if Jit can score 75 points today to lead his team to a victory, go ahead on. By all means, score 75. But you're going to do your thing. Cool. We might not have the personnel to stop you from doing it. But you know what we can do? We can focus on everybody else. Because unless you're going to take every single shot and score every single point, I like my chance that we can lock down everybody else.
I think that is also a very solid strategy. Like you said, let the one guy try to beat you himself. Because I say it all the time. It's a team game. I don't care who's out there scoring. Your one guy is probably not going to score all your points to win you the game. That's just not going to happen.
Exactly. I mean, unless you're Cheryl Miller in the 80s. She scored like 100 points in one game in high school. So unless you Cheryl Miller, then you're not going to be beating a team by yourself. And so I like to look at, depending on your personnel, hey, focus on the other 4 players on the court and that's it.
Yeah, Bay Area Breakers certainly didn't do it with one guy today. 97-66, they get the win. They'll advance to play the reigning trades in the second round of the Last Dance. Me and Rick are done for the day, but there's one more game coming up. Yells and I should be back on the call for SimWorld Africa and Lone Star Basketball Club. Come back for that one. They'll be with you very, very shortly. Stay tuned here on SimWorld TV for more coverage of the Last Dance.
I'm having 2 Swamp Things right now. You don't know what
Hey, it's Henry Martell, and I just joined SimWorld Hoops. If you like hoops as much as art, then you gotta check them out. It's a Discord server, discord.gg/SimWorld Hoops. It's really the ultimate virtual basketball experience. Like, this isn't your average game. It's like stepping into your own basketball world. And whether you're like a player or a fan, it's time to see the game be the game.
I had an idea in my head. I pictured this going differently. I meant every word that I said. You should have spent more time listening. All the things that I put a hold on, all for you to hit me with a hold on. What makes you so ready right now? After I waited on you for so long. Why you wanna be my love? Is it just for show? Why you wanna be my love? My love, my love, love. Why you wanna be my love? Is it just for show? Why you wanna be my love? My love, my love, love. Going differently. Even when you sleep in my bed, I know you're not mine officially. And all the things I put a hold on, all for you to hit me with a hold on. What makes you so ready right now? After I waited on you for so long. Why you wanna be my love? Just for show. Why you wanna be my love? My love, my love, love. Why you wanna be my love? Is it just for show? Why you wanna be my love? My love, my love, love.
They got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems. I solve them. I run through the money, the pressure be calling. Left on my blessings, I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back. Tell me I'm garbage, I'm going through something, that's why I ain't calling. Phone and progression, it's all that I wanted. The phone in affection, I summon and dub it. Cause I got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems. I solve them. I run through the money, the pressure be calling. Left on my blessings, I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back. Tell me I'm garbage, I'm going through something, that's why I ain't calling. Phone and progression, it's all that I wanted. The phone in affection, I summon and dub it. Why you be all on my line about nothing? Why won't you go get you $1 or something? Don't hang with a who line for nothing. I see that we different, you riding, I double. I don't do discussions on bragging about hundreds. Don't go to your places, I know that they sunken. Don't call me your brother, I barely could trust it. I talked to a shorty, she bagging the bucket. And I'ma need all of my dollars on corporate, so hand me the money, I divvy the pie. I'ma give all of my people a portion to build them a fortune. I'm flipping the ride. I can't be mixy when iffy the vibe. And 40 on 50 is really the time. Why is you all on my phone like you want me? Like you wasn't pushing the kid to the side. I don't know if you thinking I'm blind. Cross on my crosses and dot on my eyes. Done with your efforts, I'm dealing with pressures. I know it's a lesson, that's word of the wise. Dubbing the mixes I'm mixing, I know I've been missing. I needed some personal time. All the pictures, dimensions, I don't with your digits. I mean it, I'm staying inside. Cause they got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems. I solve them. I run through the money, the pressure be calling. Left on my blessings, I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back. Tell me I'm garbage, I'm going through something, that's why I ain't calling. Phone and progression, it's all that I wanted. The phone in affection, I summon and dub it. Cause I got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems. I solve them. I run through the money, the pressure be calling. Left on my blessings, I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back. Tell me I'm garbage, I'm going through something, that's why I ain't calling. Phone and progression, it's all that I wanted. The phone in affection, I summon and dub it.
Won't go. Rebound Bosch. Back out to Allen. His three-pointer. Bang!
Now there's a steal by Murr. Underneath the DJ.
What's this gonna be? Lead pass. Stop it! Stop it! You did not do him like that!
Now throws the roll. Ran in a three-pointer out front.
Hit him! Yes, he did! Iguodala up for the layup. Oh, blocked by James. Try not to use it. Curry way downtown. Bang! Bang! Oh! LeBron James with no regard for human life. Down Kobe. Oh! Up high, down hard. Is this the Thunder? Game! Series! Toronto is won!
Final game of the day here in Houston. Day 2 of the Last Dance. We've seen some blowouts.
we've seen some action, and then here we have a Texas team in the building, not from Houston, but Dallas. Coach Simpson, Trey DeRozan, Kadarius Momofoko, Matthew Mozgov. Might as well get the rest of them out the way. Morbauskas. Montejunas Morbauskas, and lastly, Tyler Allen.
I know that was a rough one.
Yeah. Jim Brown. Tyler Allen from Lone Star Basketball Club taking on SimWorld Africa, who is a heavy underdog in this one. Still, there are a lot of people in the building cheering for him. A lot of fans here. A lot of kids from SimWorld Prep, Maestro, who are here, and they're cheering for SimWorld Africa as Lone Star Basketball Club, their coach and their owner, has made some waves and made some enemies.
You know, if you're gonna live it, you gotta live it, right? You know, if there's nothing wrong with attacking every aspect of the game, and I do mean every aspect of the game, as long as it does not become a distraction for you or your team. Do what you gotta do, or as the Blazer would say, be you, boo.
SimWorld Africa here. I'm going to get through these names and familiarize everyone with who's on this team. At point guard, you've got 6'8", 210 out of Iran, Dara Storm, excellent defender. He's also the team captain, leader of this team. In the backcourt with him, you have Jordan Kassau, who's a big-time shooter out of Israel. Edward Blama, who's a freak athlete, scoring the University of Houston, as he will not be attending that place. He's giving a verbal to him, but he's left it hanging. In the front court, you got Haji Moa Osborne out of Nigeria. He's going to be headed to SMU. And Hussein Al-Noir, the big 7-footer out of Somalia, will be playing for Princeton. This is going to be a matchup, a tougher matchup than I think people think here. Africa's long, they're athletic, they're good defensively. Lone Star Basketball Club, inconsistent, but they've absolutely clutched up when it's time. They can do it on both ends, but very long athletic team they're playing against here in SimWorld Africa, Maestro.
Absolutely, and you know, SimWorld Africa is one of those teams that they build their team under Shah Namdi. They build their team defense to offense, which means that they can play against anybody. You know, Dara Storm here with his second missed shot, he is more considered for his defense, but his offensive game is developing. It's good to see him feeling good enough and feeling comfortable enough with this game to try to take those shots here early. However, they're going to need to find a way to get another block by SimWorld Africa. I believe that's their fourth block on the day already this early in the game. But it just shows you that they are a team that they're going to start their offense with their defense, and then once they get comfortable with that, they're going to make everybody's day feel really, really, really long, especially Lone Star Basketball Club that might not necessarily have what you would think as a traditional inside presence with Ashton Rayner, who comes off the bench.
Well, look there, Marshall, Trey DeRozan, who's, you know, not a traditional big, but he does most of his work on the low block, high post, mid post for them. With his back to the basket, 4 blocks on him alone. He's having a hard time with this link to Africa. We're only 3 minutes into the game.
And once again, our minds are too much alike, because that's exactly, I was going right next to Trey DeRozan, his ability to fill that gap on the floor and do what he's able to do and score the way he's able to score. He's definitely someone that if they can contain him even just a little bit, they're going to give themselves a real chance today.
Defense turning the offense here early, 7 points already on the board for SimWorld Africa, where a lot of people assumed they were going to struggle to score. So far, getting stops has been the answer for them, because they're long and they're strong. And they're here to get the friction on. So fellas, ladies. Lone Star, if you're ready to get that Mercedes, you're gonna need to find some other options there. Just dumping down Trey DeRozan may not work. Trey DeRozan, great player. This Lone Star Basketball Club has a lot of options, Maestro. Matthew Mozgov has really made a jump this season. Love watching this game. He facilitates, he defends, he's expanded his range on his jumper. He's really got that going. Don, we know what he can do defensively and athletically. Caleb Walker has been a get-your-own-bucket machine. Ashton Moreno in the pick and roll. Jaden Collins and Jamar Andrews, we've seen them do their work as well, and Monty Junius has really exploded onto the scene. Not that he wasn't great with the now-defunct SimWorld Middle East, but here with Lone Star Basketball Club, he seems to have been unlocked.
And that unlocking comes from the fact that Coach Brooke Simpson knows how to strategize for the talent that he has. He knows how to put them in a position to be successful, as we've seen with not only just forget their record this year, look at the fact that nearly every tournament they were in it to darn near the end. So that just shows you of who they are and how tough they play.
Good defense there from Lone Star Basketball Club. Where do they go, Maestro, if it's going to be this tough for Trey DeRozan? So we see Mozgov knocking down a three. If it's going to be this tough for Trey DeRozan to get going, what strategy, if it were your team, would you go to for Lone Star Basketball?
Well, the next person I look at is Morbauskas. I look at Morbauskas to sort of give me that attention. He is one of those scorers, Mozgov, that I just knocked down the three. Those are my two relief outlets. Yes, that's where I'm going to go. Scheme for them, and it was something that Sniper said last night, where yes, coaches should have those plays in the front pocket protector for their for their top scorers. But also I think good coaching also allows their players to develop their own language on the floor. For instance, if we're playing and you're having a hot hand, even and there's a clear out play, you should be able we should recognize that as a team. We should set it up so you can call me over the screen for you to give you a chance to operate. And that's on the player's IQ to, as Sniper said last night, to tell the coach, this is what I'm seeing, this is why I did that, this is what's going on with that, blah, 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 whatever. That open communication. Because if you can show your coach that you're understanding more than the what, but the why, we talk about that with IQ all the time, you're going to gain their trust a lot faster.
Try for an alley-oop there, going for the highlight reel here early while there's such a battle. I'm not sure if Coach Simpson's pleased with that.
And I love Hussein Al-Noor's aggressiveness to go up and get that at the highest point. Just say, you know what, that's not yours, that's mine.
Guard Storm here with the deep jumper, can't get it to go. Morbauskas here working on the SimWorld Africa defense, can't get anything going. That length of this team just really posing problems. As we see Mozgov struggling inside, you see Al Haji Osborne and Al Noor just camping inside for SimWorld Africa.
And they could do that, and that camping is complemented by their many rotations, their ability to use the length, as you've been talking about, as well as putting themselves in a position to make sure that the offensive side having to reset. And I just love the fact that they're just aggressive inside, no matter what, pushing for the leverage point at any given moment. There's a difference between the extra pass and the needed pass. That was the unneeded pass right there. You have to get a little bit more spacing with that, but the offensive side, you see that with Africa. You'll see moments like that where they're moving the ball, but unfortunately they're so close together. Once they start getting to offensive mode, again, they build their offense off their defense. So they're not going to come down and wow you with these amazing offensive sets and movement. But they do move within their abilities and where they're comfortable. And when they are successful, they can hold you down just enough where they can get enough points to make sure that they're staying in the game.
Mozgov here at the line. Matthew Mozgov, big fan of his coach. Coach Simpson talks a lot about what he's learned there with him and his growth that he's had under him. Dallas, Texas native. Number 10 in all the SimWorld prep and three-pointers made with 23. Headed to Texas to play with the Longhorns.
Yeah, not surprised they're going to feel right at home. It's just one thing that, rare is that opportunity to play at top-level programs within spitting distance of your house. And if you're able to do that, then that's all the more joy for it. I tell you what, he'll never buy another meal at Waffle House for the rest of his life if he's able to make an impression at the University of Texas.
Nice take there by Idris and Jam. Caleb Walker not happy with the call there. SimWorld Africa hanging in this one, defending well, playing their game, getting to the basket, not forcing jumpers. Really like the pace for them so far in this one, Maestro.
I really do too. They're actually in there. They're slightly above their regular average for the season in terms of points, but they're holding the Lone Star Basketball Club to almost 60% of their scoring percentage for on the season so far. But I know it's just the first quarter, but this type of game definitely plays for SimWorld Africa more than it does for Lone Star Basketball Club. Whole lot on that set, signifying a little no points there, a little disappointing there for SimWorld Africa. We'll be headed to the second quarter. Catch you on the other side.
See the game, be the game.
Exactly right. Normally, SimWorld Africa's first quarter average on the season is actually just a little above 10 points, which means they're above where they normally are right now. And if you say anything, I'm sure Sean Namdi is more than excited with where his team is playing and how they've held themselves so far together in the first quarter. Right. I like that Coach Namdi has come out playing away from their strengths. In other words, Dar Storm taking shots, from extended mid-range, seeing threes like that, showing the willingness to at least make that happen as opposed to always going down into the paint. Because when you're able to shoot out there, you're able to make moments like that happen. Unfortunately, they were not able to convert. But if Lone Star has to be aware that Africa is going to not only take shots from the outside, but make shots from the outside, a little thieveration going on, they're going to have to be attentive to that, and that's going to play right into Africa's hands, being able to work the ball down low just like that, and they're going to have to start finishing those. They just gave away 6 points, and hopefully they won't regret that later. But it's definitely going to mean something if they're not able to complete their play in the paint.
Another missed shot inside by SimWorld Africa. At some point, they're going to need to convert those because on the other side, Lone Star Basketball Club is going to start converting theirs as we see Trey DeRozan there.
You can try to stop Trey DeRozan. You can try. You're not. You're just not. It's just he's just one of those guys in his dunna, has that basketball gene. You know, he's got the bucket riding around the biscuit, and he's just gonna find a way to score. However, I will say this: I do like the fact that Africa is taking their time, playing their game smart, in terms of they're selecting those moments where they're playing out of their norm, out of their regular, and then playing to their strength, which means they are in control, Yells, and that's exactly what they need to be this entire day.
Tell you what, everybody here tuned in, they need to control themselves, control that like button, control that share button, drop a comment, and make sure that you are on YouTube with the notification button clicked. Those are all the things you need to do if you love SimWorld, to make sure that you can support, know when we're online, know when streams are live, and they help us grow. Like, share, subscribe, and hit the notify button. If you have not done that yet, what the hell are you doing? What are you doing?
What are you doing? Come on, yell at him. Yell at him, Yells.
I'm done yelling. 17-16 here in Houston. Major things popping again. St. Patrick's Day weekend. You've got spring break. You've got the last dance here. It is warming up here in Houston. It is hot and humid. The lady stepped out earlier today with straight hair, and now it is very Kaepernickish. You know what I mean? But mine, however, is laying so perfectly wonderful.
Ladies, just understand something. Some of us don't care how your hair ends up looking, just as long as it's here, baby.
Yeah, yes, sir. There it is. Lone Star Basketball Club rolling right now. Double team comes down on Trey DeRozan. There's a foul on the three-point shooter there. Morbauskis, believe that was a three-point attempt. He's going to go to the line to attempt 3 shots now.
There is an idea. You know, coaches hate it. You see a three-point shooter go up, you have to go in, make sure that you're under control. The last thing you want to do is give away 3 free throws. The last thing you want to do.
These are the kind of things that come back and they hurt. They hurt you in a major way. If this game is tight down the stretch, you look back at these moments and you say, "Man, I fouled the jump shoot. I fouled the three-point shoot."
I just 2 feet from the rim all the times. Nightmares.
Pass inside here. SimWorld Africa showing great patience. Double team comes over. They swing. They're going to change side of the floor here. Boso Mandela out of South Africa. Can't get that one to go. Lone Star coming back the other way.
I like the fact that Africa has so many players from the home continent, that the fact that they're pulling players, like you say, you know, with the folding of SimWorld Middle East, which is I still feel is a shame. But the fact that they're giving so many players from that side of the planet an opportunity to play high-level basketball.
Big finish there from Nasir Saeed out of Morocco. As you speak there, from Egypt, people from a lot of different areas able to make their way to SimWorld Africa. Mardon here defended. There's more of that wingspan. We see a mismatch down there. Trey DeRozan finally get one of his better matchups of the day, and he's able to capitalize there. No double team came over, and one of the few times that it was not a quality switch for SimWorld Africa.
But I like the fact they still made him work for it. He had to get really physical just for those 2 points. If they do that, they're really going to push him to his limits today. That's going to play in Africa's favor.
Getting the word, we're going to be taking a quick break. We'll be right back right after this.
son of a biscuit-eating bulldog.
What the French,
Did you
Toast?
think I wouldn't find out about your little doo-doo head cootie queen?
Who are you calling a cootie queen, you lint liquor?
Pickle you, kumquat!
You're overreacting.
No, Bill, overreacting was when I put your convertible into a wood chipper. Stinky McStink face! You Hoboken.
Fabulous. New Orbit Raspberry Mint cleans another dirty mouth. For a good clean feeling, no matter what.
Do you have the mind of a coach? Are you willing to fight for your players? Can you handle it when things get heated? Can you manage your star player's ego? Can you handle the stress? Can you become a legend? The only place in the world where you can coach live in a virtual world. SimWorld Sports.
Second quarter action still underway. Tie game. This game has been tight from the start. Lone Star Basketball Club, SimWorld Africa, playing them really tough, Maestro. What are either one of these teams going to do to break away?
Yes, they are. So Africa very simply just needs to make the shots they've been missing. And by that, I mean those 2 and 3 foot bunnies that they have underneath the rim. They need to make sure that they convert those. They've given away, by my estimation right now, that's a bad move, a bad turnover right there. Well, no turnover is good, really. But the idea here, if they would have made half of those 2 and 3 footers that they would have missed, they would be ahead right now. They'd be ahead by 12. So what does that tell you? That tells you that they are playing as strong as they can, but in terms of offensively, they need to be a little bit more minded, because Lone Star needs to settle into their game, and that means they need to find a way to dig into their transition game to get away from Africa. Africa has put them in the phone booth and laying on them like a bear and making sure that they have to fight for every single thing, and that is delaying Lone Star's process in terms of being able to be the offensive team that we know they can be. Dara Storm with the mid-range jumper there, time to score up 21-21 with a little leftover pose at the end. Somebody feeling themselves, as it were.
Trader Rosen, Matthew Mozgov leading the way for Lone Star Basketball Club. Only people on this team to have scored so far, other than Noah Boskus, who knocked down one of his 2 free throws. The other side, SimWorld Africa, getting contributions a little bit from everyone. Rocking and rolling right now. We see a beautiful up and under down there by Castle, but he's unable to get it to go.
You can tell that these SimWorld Africa athletes they're just not used to having to score at a high level. They score at a functional level. But I'm telling you, and I stand by what I said earlier, if they're able to develop any kind of scoring game and everything else stays the same, oh my goodness, they are everyone's nightmare.
More importantly, these are the kids that you see in the SWBA at a little later date, because what do they have? They have motor, they have effort. They have length, they have size, they have base root skills. Some of the other things are developed later down the road. You might find out they have a post game. You may find out that they have a decent jumper, and you try and turn them into whatever. But these are the kids that only fit the mold of a really big contract at some point, built on being a 3-and-D player as they take the time to refine their corner 3-point shot. They already have the defensive effort. They play off ball as a 3-and-D for their careers.
That's right. You know what? I can teach you how to shoot. I can teach you how to do free throws. I can teach you how to dribble. What I cannot teach is 7 foot, 6'9", 6'7", 6'10", See what I'm getting at here? I can't teach that. You got to bring that with you, but I can teach you everything else.
Mozgov here with the ball. High pick and roll, waves it away, says he's going to take this one-on-one. He is well defended by Eric Blama, who is an excellent defender. Can't get it to go, though.
Did that hit the rim? I didn't think the shot clock reset. I think the table might have missed something with that.
Either way, he's going to get another shot attempt here. Mozgov can't get it to go. 6 seconds here. Africa with a 2-point lead. See if they can extend. No. Lone Star unable to get that one up. But Lone Star going into halftime, trailing down 2 with just 21 points on the board, Maestro. Are they going to be able to get it together, or is this going to be the game again?
It's starting to feel like a theme, right? 1 time luck, 2 times, I don't know, 3 times strategy. I'm just saying. Africa's doing what they need to do. They realize that they're in a team that's used to scoring over 70 points a game. They grab them by the collar, pull them into a phone booth, and just kind of laying on them, just making them work for every single inch of the floor, playing right into Africa's hand. Africa right now is a little bit behind their scoring average for the season, but they're right where they want to be in terms of they just basically turn the floor into quicksand, and they are living in it happy like hippos at a Waffle House.
35%, 32%. There you see it. Defensive battle going on here in Houston. It's a slugfest. Last game of day 2. Keep it locked. We'll be back.
And it's time to see the game be the game.
Je voudrais être seul avec toi.
She asked if you'd like to join the club.
Je voudrais dénuer.
You said, I like nuts. Register today and get a free Berlitz phrasebook. Berlitz, the best way to learn a new language.
See the game, be the game.
Third quarter action, second half action. It's been a tough one here for Lone Star Basketball Club playing in their home state, but it's not their hometown. Maybe it's a Houston curse here. On the other side of that, a lot of ties to Houston for the SimWorld Africa team. A lot of kids looking to play for Houston, like Edward Brahma, who's running in that audition tape here, who's verbally committed to the Houston Cougars. But SimWorld Africa, now tied game here, just patiently playing their game, hitting their stride.
And that's what you want to do. You want to be in control. You want to be in control the entire time, exactly what you want to be. And now, you can feel Lone Star trying to get themselves, as soon as Lone Star feels like they're going to get on those traditional Lone Star go for it, they're so disjointed because of what Africa's been able to do that they're just not quite able to get there. And I'm going to say this is really interesting, right? Defensive game to a certain point, but Lone Star's stops offensively in terms of not being able to score has been, I think, a direct result of Africa's defense. Whereas Africa has stopped themselves. Africa's gotten some really good looks. There's more balance scoring across the team, but they're just not executing. And on the other side, Trey DeRozan and Mozgov, 10 and 10 points each. It's like they're scoring, but not at their typical pace, but they're also, it's almost as if we're going to say, you guys can do that, we got everybody else, as long as we do what we need to do. And that's what Africa's doing now as they pull away, they're starting to make those buckets they were missing earlier in the game.
Al Noor, we see finishing there, going coast to coast, puts the ball on the floor. A lot of scouts liking him to a little less athletic Giannis Antetokounmpo. We'll see if that pans out to be true.
Really?
Just telling you what my notes say here. A lot of time to see if that's accurate. High school comparisons always change greatly once players go to an institution where they're going to be utilized the way a coach sees fit. Jordan Casal right now puts it up and extends this to a 6-point lead for SimWorld Africa. They are now hitting the tough shots, and Lone Star basketball not yet rolling.
Yes. I'm just saying.
I know what you're going to say.
Africa, they finding their way, man. They find their way. But you know what? Let's go and shout out the chat.
Let's shout out the chat. You make sure that you put your shout outs in the chat. We'll get them out on air for you. In the meantime, we're going to shout you out. Shout out to Coach Okamura, who just came off of his debut game of The Last Dance. Probably a learning experience there, but shout out to you. Welcome for sticking around, watching some more of the action. Shout out to Coach Pope. Shout out to B-Ron. Shout out to Jamari Obstaculo, Coach Braden Berry. A lot of coaches in the building. Shout out to Ryan Phoenix, Biff Marker, Monte Parson, Coach Drees in the building. Everybody here with us on a Saturday morning. Appreciate that. Shout out to the Motherland, says Monte Parsons. Shout out to the commentary team, says Coach Dre Pope. And another shout out to Motherland. We appreciate you guys.
Love it. Tony, we see you there, Tony Henderson. Do what you got to do.
How can I miss Tony? Tony? Stick yourself, pretty Tony. Stick yourself. 29-23, SimWorld Africa getting it done here so far. SimWorld TV treat here. SimWorld Prep giving us Saturday action, Friday quadruple header, Saturday quadruple header tomorrow morning. You missing football? You're good. We got SimWorld Hoops for you on a Sunday, and then we come back Tuesday with another quadruple header. So we see an absolute dime there from Morboskis to Trey DeRozan.
What a pass. That's where engagement leads you. You know your teammate. You don't even have to talk about it. You just give each other that look. You know what to do. You know where I'm going to be, and I know where you're going to put it. Let's go back.
Noir here with the ball. Big time block there. Kadarius Momofoco gets up. Great timing on that one. One of the things why you want to work on your game, kids, looks like he had that scouted and just knew that Al Noor was going to come back to his left, and he timed it perfectly.
You know, that's film study matters. I know they don't call it film anymore. I know. Film study matters. You have to be able to know what your teammate's going to do, what they like to do, what they want to do, so you know how to stop it. And that's just how it plays out.
And there's a big-time perimeter bucket again. SimWorld Africa hitting their perimeter shots. Uche Okeke, the leading scorer right now for SimWorld Africa, along with Jordan Casal. What if I told you that'd be the case?
You know what? I would have went and got a cup for you and said, "Okay, we're gonna do this test right now."
Boston's going to work. He gets it to fall on the flotation. 27-31. Al Noir again bringing that ball up the court here as we talk about him being likened to Giannis Antetokounmpo, and I think a lot of that is because of the fact that he can handle the ball at his size decently. He has good playmaking skills and instincts, but is yet long enough to get to the basket easily.
I was gonna do a blazer infringement there if he would have made that. You know, everybody knows what I was gonna say. I was gonna have to give a shout out to the Blaze.
About Halloween.
give a shout out to the Blaze.
Al Noor at the line here, 71% free throw shooter. See if he'll get this first one on the 1-and-1 to go. And he does.
And this pace of game has to be setting Lone Star on the chicken skin fire. They must be thinking, what we got to do to get the tempo moving. It's just like a Major League Baseball player who's used to seeing fastballs between 95 and 101, all of a sudden face somebody who throws 87 and 86. It's like you have to re-gear your brain for that speed.
Caleb Walker going to the bucket, can't get it to go. But he draws a foul.
They getting a little bit more physical inside. And I will say this, I think that the aggression is stepping up on both sides, so I think the refs are doing very good and being very consistent in the fact that they are calling it straight up, balls and strikes right now, letting them know, listen, if you're going to do it, you're going to blow the whistle. That hadn't been the case before, but it's definitely the case now.
Caleb Walker does not get the first one to go.
Every time I see this, I think of a game I had where it was toward the end of the game, and I was on the free throw line. It was just the opponent in the lanes. I made a bucket, and I went up to fist pump and high five the guys from another team. And the first two guys actually did it off instinct, and their coach lost their mind. What? Use the enemy!
Big time block there by Momofoka. Caleb Walker draws another foul. He's trying to force the action here. And that's something that has plagued SimWorld Africa at times, them getting into early foul trouble.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on that one.
And it's because they're so aggressive defensively. Yes, they are long. Yes, they are athletic. All those things that you so aptly pointed out earlier. But the reality of it is if you're going to be those things, you also have to learn how to control your body past just the fact that you know that you're going to be the longer, more athletic person on the floor, because you're not always going to be. But more importantly, use that length and wisdom, understanding space, understanding spatial relationing, understanding leverage, understanding where you need to be and how you need to use your length to be more impactful as a defensive player.
Doris Storm bringing the ball up the court here. Do you do anything differently if you're Lone Star? If you're, there we go, Mardon with the poke away. We know what he's going to do to finish. There could be a momentum shifter there as they're now down one. I was asking though, Maestro, if Lone Star's struggling like this offensively, if you're struggling to get past the defense or just even yourself, do you change something you're doing defensively to not maybe generate better offense?
You've already answered the question. Exactly what you do is you start pressing. Even if it's not a full-on press, just like a little bump press, 3/4 court. Make Africa start having to work to bring the ball up the floor. Put them in a position where they have to start being more physical and more aggressive as they move forward. You need to change something. Right now, even though this game is very close, it is very much in Africa's favor. What flavor? Lord mercy. Favor in that the reality of it is the game is trapped down in quicksand, and it looks as though even though Africa is taking some ill-advised shots, that long three to be one of them and stuff like that, it has not hurt them as of yet. And if that keeps building up, their confidence is going to build up, and that's going to make it even more difficult for Lone Star to do what? Produce in the way they need to produce, because they keep doing that. Shooting under pressure, a little too strong with the shot, which means what? My legs are good. Maybe my legs are a little bit too good right now, and I'm not giving myself the real chance I'm normally do if I'm Lone Star, and I need to find a way to settle myself, and I do have to change it up.
Storm with the floaty. Can't get it to go. Offensive challenges continue for both teams. Not continuing here for Caleb Walker, who is coming onto the scene in a major way here in this third quarter. This is what Lone Star has needed. We're going to take a quick break. Everybody keep it locked here. We got more action coming up right after this.
were you at the party last night? Did you see Tom and Jen? They're so cute together. They weren't even wearing matching sneakers. Sorry.
It's no problem.
漂亮男生啊，他好帅啊，气味很可爱哎。哎呀，你不要这样子啦，干嘛呢你？
那你让他看你的内裤吧。
哼，也许啊。
真的吗？
Less than 2 minutes, 2-minute warning, if you will, here in the third quarter. Lone Star Basketball Club. I would call this upset watch.
Oh, absolutely, yes. And now we're going to learn something about SimWorld Africa. This is the first time that they've been behind this late in a while, and how they really respond to that, I think they just answered that question.
They have players that can get their own shot. Their struggle is always perimeter shooting. As we see a big-time bucket there needed from Tyler Allen.
Yes.
Some signs of life. That's what this Lone Star Basketball Club needs. Some moments of enthusiasm, some big shots, some big plays.
Yes, and you know, the idea of what they're able to do, right? Talk about finding yourself in a dogfight right now. They're definitely in a dogfight. And the reality for Lone Star is, okay, we're showing that we can survive the storm with Africa, what's going on, but now what do we need to do? We need to start capitalizing on these moments. Africa has left a lot on the floor. They made some bad shots, yes. They've missed some easy shots, yes. They've taken some not so good shots, and though they made it, and even though I like the strategy, we're not good at this. Let's come out and try it anyway to see if we can establish something to give ourselves an opportunity to do what? Play in a zone that Lone Star might not be expecting. However, Lone Star now needs to realize who they are, and they need to start. They've weathered enough of a storm. I feel like they know what they're up against with SimWorld Africa. I think SimWorld Africa has basically cleared the decks for them right now. So now they need to respond and respond on a high level.
Three-point lead here. 12 seconds left. Caleb Walker. I believe he's looking for point number 9 in the quarter here.
That is significant because that tells you that Lone Star is finding their way.
Analyzing me here with the ball. He's going to take a three. Then he's going to bury it right near the buzzer there. Again, that confidence soaring. For SimWorld Africa, Alden Award closes the third quarter there, keeping Lone Star in range. Tell you what, I think we have an interesting fourth quarter coming up. You're not going to want to miss it. Day 2, Last Dance, SimWorld TV. We'll be right back. right after this.
Ooh, man, oh man, oh man. As of present, you getting nothing but Drayton, and more Drayton. And this is officially Off the Rim.
Ain't no way around it. Ain't no way around it. Cause I'm tryna ball out. Come on if you bout it. But you better keep up. I'm not slowing down. I swear they gon' see us. Ain't no way around it.
Fourth quarter action here. 1 point game, SimWorld Africa. Putting on a show defensively. Putting on a show when it comes to effort. And definitely putting on a show right now, as Edward Bwama says. Voila! He throws that thing down. What a monster dunk that is on Ashton Moreno, and that's what he's hoping to bring. The Cougars are hoping that he's going to be bringing here to Houston.
So, in terms of Ashton Moreno, I will remember you.
Jeez.
My goodness, did we get the chalk outline wiped up yet?
I saw his soul fly out.
And oh, by the way, that could be one of those many turning points here as we see that put Africa back in the lead. Unfortunately, a turnover is going to negate the chance they had to extend the lead right there. But it doesn't mean their best thing about Africa, they're never out of it defensively. It's one of the first few bad rotations that we see them do. I think you called a couple earlier here today. So now we're going to be back and forth. Lead change. And that's what we're going to see happen now, Yells. Who's got what? Now, this is the gut check time, dude.
What a pass! Did you see that, Maestro?
No, look behind the back, chicken boom, bam, bam. Oh, you gotta like that.
Classic there, and that is why teams are looking for him at SimWorld U and the SWBA level. We see their Trey DeRozan showing why at just 15 years old, people are looking forward to him. He's the 8th ranked player on the planet at this moment for that reason.
Look at that, 15, 15, 15, 14, 15, 16, 15, 14. I just love it, what we got going on here in SimWorld Prep. And this game has got it going on.
Dara Storm finds an easy lane to the basket as there's some overplaying going on for Lone Star Basketball Club. Trey DeRozan working on his matchup here. Good defense by Al Noor. Just another notch in his cap is what he's able to do.
How many times have you seen Trey DeRozan stalled this much? I just honestly can't think of a time in a game where he was stalled this much. Yes.
I have to fully agree. I mean, it's not just that he's not getting buckets. I mean, he's got 14 points on the day, but they're tough. Things that would normally be momentum shifters in regard to, hey, he's going to get a couple of drives to the bucket where you realize, hey, you can't stop him going right. So now the rest of the team has to overcompensate, and that opens things up for other people. There are more Boskis with his own poster over Edward Bwama at payback, and he yells a little something out to him, Maestro. But as I was saying, you get plays that open up everyone else on the court, and right now Trey DeRozan not able to do that. He's just able to get his own shots. He's not even really able to force a double team, if you ask me.
And the reality of it is, as you so again very aptly pointed out, it's the idea of taking advantage of what you have when you have. So let's go back to the conversation we had. We talked about a little bit. Oh, a little block there. Say you might have got that one time, but you're gonna be out here. It ain't yours. So the idea here is this. I know you're a better athlete than I am. I know that you can beat me here, you can beat me there. All I need to do is inhibit you. I need to be in your way. Oh! Surprise case on the alley-oop, did not connect. But then the side shot, again, those are those buckets that if Africa does not walk out of here with the lead, they've carried themselves very well. But if they don't, another bad switch, another bad takeover, boom, 3-point lead now for Lone Star Basketball Club.
Is that not one of the largest leads of the game? I believe it is.
I think the largest was, I think it was 5 points at one point by Africa.
Continue though, please.
Yes. but the idea is, when you look back on this, no matter how this shakes out, you're going to look at all that food you left on the table with all those 3-footers and 2-footers missed.
No miss there as Edward Blama showing his in-air athleticism and acrobatics, able to get the finish back to a 1-point game like it's nothing here. Offense has opened up a little bit for both of these teams. Is it something they've done offensively? Is the defense beginning to lapse here and losing a little energy?
I think it's about the offensive urgency stepping up. Both teams are living in more of a transition game, Yales. I think they're not giving the defense a chance to really get themselves set. As we notice, once they do, the shots get a lot tougher. So how do I beat that? I beat you down the floor, and even if I'm in a half court set, what I need to do is spread it out, get myself some backdoor cuts, get myself some backdoor movement, and give myself an opportunity to keep you having to turn your head on a swivel to know where I'm going to be.
3 minutes here for one of these teams to pull away. Maybe no team pulls away and we just get a clutched up game down to the finish. We know that's what we like here. We had some great finishes last night here in Houston. That's what the Last Dance is all about. What do you think about this marketing and this, the whole name and the whole branding here at SimWorld Prep, what they were able to do with this Last Dance tournament?
I like it. You know, and I'll say this. You know, it was the race to one last year. You know, it was a brand in terms of tournament style play. I like that too. I like the fact that they're creative. I will say this for SimWorld Prep now, as we're starting to see this league mold into its current identity. Eventually we're going to land on something that's going to be solid. And I will say this, and please don't tell the people at SimWorld headquarters I said this, because I just don't want them to know I like them most of the time. The fact that they're willing to be out there and always looking to change for the better, I really like that about their progressive attitude. But I think they're getting really close to having a product that not only is everybody going to be envious of, I think everybody else is going to wish they were a part of.
Absolutely, well said. 3 minutes here to go. SimWorld Africa building something they can be proud of. As we see a great block there by Kadarius Momofoko. I believe that is his third on the day.
Yes.
Maybe his fourth, excuse me.
Defensive stop needed right at that particular point so that we can play defense too. Now let's see how Africa is going to respond.
That's a beautiful move, and that is great defense there. Al Noor was with him every step of the way. Use that length and positioning to make sure you can contest on the other side.
Lead change.
Alhaji Mo Osborne gives SimWorld Africa their first lead of the game here.
Our first lead in a while. They've led for a long time. Yeah.
I think they got out to that 5-point lead. That's what you were referring to, and then after that, coming back down, a little bit of a delayed break here as you see it, and pass up there, but he's unable to hold on to it. We're coming back the other way. Trey DeRozan, he's going to go right at the defender, and there comes a double team. Force him to start over. Miles got 4-3! Gets it to go. This crowd coming alive here in Houston for the other Texas team here. They're wanting to see a victory from the home state team. They're coming alive.
Everybody's headed for snacks now.
Al Noor here working on the elbow on Momofoko, who's been an excellent defender. Ball sticking a little bit here for SimWorld Africa. See a screen shipped away there. Edward Blama at the top of the key. He finds a cutting Dara Storm back out. No good. And the delayed break here with Mama Foco to trade DeRozan. He gets that one to go.
This qualifies as a run in this game.
Pressure on the inbound there. We see Lone Star Basketball turning it up a notch or two here down the stretch. More clutch basketball from there. We see another big block from Mama Foco. Number 5 on the day. Maestro, I just want to point out, we talk about this this Lone Star Basketball Club. They have shown to be incredibly clutch time and time again this season. Maybe they haven't been consistent throughout a game, but when they needed to step up the most comebacks, fightbacks, last-second shots, they have been just that.
And part of that is knowing who you are. And with 55 seconds left to go in the game, Africa needs to find it too, and the dunk shows that they are not going away, Yales.
Noir doing his thing here. Not giving up. Boston's going to kick it over. Great closeout to the shooter. Africa bringing their own pressures. They're switching everything and looking to double to cause kickouts where they need to. They get the stop. We're coming back the other way. Less than a minute here, Maestro. We're up for a great finish here. Jordan Kasum with the ball. Gives it to Doris Storm. Looking for space in the elbow. He's got a lane there. He's going to take it. Blocked by Mardon, but a foul by Trey DeRozan. Crowd's not happy. This is going to be a big-time moment, though, for Doris Storm, who's supposed to be headed off the SimWorld U. Doris Storm still not committed here. 77%, 78% free throw shooter with some very clutch free throws right now. Gets the first one over 1 and 1 to go, showing what he's able to do. We talk about clutch for Lone Star Basketball Club, but now we're talking about the clutch for SimWorld Africa.
Let's show everybody who we are right now. Slow that heart rate. Do what you got to do. Nothing but another free throw.
Concentrating here. He leads this SimWorld Africa team in free throws made for the season. He gets another one to go there. Tie ball game, 20 seconds left. What does Coach Simpson have drawn up on the sideline for his Lone Star Basketball Club? Maestro, what is he telling his team right now?
I think he is going to hold for a solid shot, take advantage of it, and then press immediately to force Africa to prove that they can be an offensive team on one possession. And for any possession that they need to do it, they need to do it right now. On the other side, if I'm Africa, guess what we're going to do? Make everything difficult. Be sure not to foul. We want to keep that clock going. If they try to hold for the last shot, make sure that we're set. We watch them do this all the time because, as you pointed out, Yales, Lone Star Basketball, these are the moments that they thrive in. Africa's found a way to pull them in quicksand all day. Let's see if they can do it for 20 more seconds.
20 more seconds. Just want to thank everybody here. We've gotten up to 1,000 messages in the chat. Just on YouTube, we'd love to get even more than that. We want to thank all of our viewers who have been tuned in here with us. Let me give you those final numbers here. And he says it right now. If I can quickly get to it before this inbound. 177 viewers across all platforms, so we appreciate the love. Want to make sure y'all start tuning in on YouTube is where we want you. 20 seconds left here. More Boscus wants a bucket here. We see Mama Foco down low. Looks like they may be going there, but that could be a decoy. As we see high pick and roll by Mardon. Trey DeRozan's where they're going for the last shot. He's in the post. He gets it up. It's blocked by Al Noor. We've got overtime.
No, 0.6 seconds, Yales. 0.6 seconds.
You're right.
Got a timeout.
They've got a timeout here. There is chance for SimWorld Africa to bring this one home. My goodness, good call there, Maestro. Got the production in my ear. We got to take a break. We'll be back for the final conclusion of this or the segue into overtime. Keep it locked. We'll be back. conclusion here, or potentially bonus ball, 0.6 seconds, which is time enough to get a shot off as Darren Fisher. We got to see what the play call here is, if there is time to gather and shoot. As the SimWorld Africa team is a very good defensive team. In this Lone Star Basketball Club, he has time to get it off. It's up! It's good! It's good! It's going to have to be reviewed, but it is good. From the early shots, it looks like Jordan Casal got that one to go, Maestro. Wow! Not like this! Are they giving it to him?
Catch, turn, left-handed shot. Where are we at? For full release. What we got? Oh! Is it?
About to see here.
Is it?
No good!
Oh.
No good! That's the end of regulation. We are going to overtime.
Oh!
We got more action, guys. Bonus ball coming up. Keep it locked. SimWorld Sports, the only place where you know what you can do.
My experience with SimWorld Sports has been absolutely amazing. It's one of the most realistic, hands-free esports universes that I have ever seen. I love the fact that you can see a coach, you can see a player go right from the preps all the way to the pros here at SimWorld Sports. And I must say that it might be one of the most immersive things that I have ever been a part of. 24/7 media coverage. You get a chance to see live games. You get a chance to see live runs. It is clearly just an amazing thing to be a part of. And so if you are a sports fan, if you are a former athlete, if you are a role play gamer, if you like to get into communities that you love, then SimWorld Sports is for you. See the game, be the game.
We're back here in Houston. If you thought that you were getting prepared to go get your hair cut at the barber, you're going to have to wait a little longer this Saturday afternoon because we got OT, double OT. Coach Drayton must be in the house as we got OT going down here. SimWorld Africa. Jordan Kasu puts up a last-second shot, gets it to go, reviewed, and refs consider that the shot is no good. We're headed to OT. Matthew Mozgov gets his three to go to open overtime period.
No Cooper flag rule there. Too soon. I'm sorry if I'm bringing up wounds. Oh, look at that. Oh, what a play.
Another great pass.
With the scoop, yes. Listen, the regulation played right into Africa's hand, and Africa learned something that Lone Star felt relief when the bucket was disallowed, right? It's like, oh my God, we didn't use like that. However, Africa, that's a great move. Spin cycle there, left hand up. Yes, absolutely. But Africa said, okay, what we're doing is working. Again, we talked about all those 2 and 3 footers. Think about that. If they would have just made one of those 2 or 3 footers like that earlier, they would be in so much better position now because the game would be over. So they're coming back to haunt them, but Africa has also learned something else. We can play with these guys. We're not scared. Let's go and do what we do.
Al Noor and Mo Osborne have played really well down the stretch here. Obviously, there's been some big plays by others here. But what they've been able to do offensively and defensively there in Noor, though, some big-time turnovers. 5 turnovers so far in this game. He's gotten other things done, but Lone Star Basketball Club has been able to take the ball from him. And really ruin the flow of offense for the SimWorld Africa team, who's already offensively limited.
Exactly. And so, and I'll say it this way, because they're already offensively challenged, that, ooh, what a move at the end with the midi, but the rebound and the follow through.
Can't get it to go again. How many missed free throws have they, or layups have they had today?
You said it right the first time. That might as well be a free throw that you're not making. Oh my goodness, you are giving away the game. Listen, I am super jazzed about the way SimWorld Africa has played this game. I love the fact they stick to their strategy. They are not out of it yet. They've shown that they can hang with these guys, but those little bunnies have to come back and haunt them. Even if they win this game, they're making it. You don't play with your food, especially if your food is Lone Star. And, well, by the way, you're helping to keep Lone Star in the game because you could have doubled up on them by now. Nobody's business missing those shots.
5-point game here. Don't want to fail to mention Lone Star Basketball Club is doing their thing here. They have decided to bring it defensively. As their effort has ratcheted up, so has their offense. As we see a tough interior bucket there from Trey DeRozan. That is points 22 for him in the afternoon. Great finish there. Clock is not on their sides. Out in the road. Very tough.
They need to activate that defense a little bit earlier. They decided to play the foul game. Understood that you could have done that 4 seconds sooner if you had met them on the other side of the floor. Little bitty things like that makes a difference between you winning games. Little bitty things, all of those shots that were missed between the 2 and 3 foot range makes a difference. When you decide to turn on your defense, another moment. When you decide to allow them to come up the court with it, another moment. All those little things. Now, I'm not saying that it's over, but it's starting to feel like it's over. Because of the fact that Lone Star is comfortable with this sort of stress test at the end of games.
The Dallas native here, Mardon, 55% free throw shooter, has not been great at the line here. They gets the first one to go. And gets the second one to go. That's probably going to put this one out of reach here. SimWorld Africa with a valiant effort. It looks like they're probably going to come up short here. Maestro,
yes.
Any last thoughts on this one?
You know, I am beyond impressed with a couple of things. It's just really a shame that 2 teams who have taken losses have impressed me the most. SimWorld Africa, I had a feeling they were going to do well. They actually had better than I thought they were going to do, and I know that sounds weird because they're losing the game, but they definitely had a chance to win this game. And I'm going to go back to yesterday, too, with something else that kind of reminds me of this. Watching players, in Beyond the Arcs loss to Gulf Coast, 2 players racked up dirty stat lines, and as close as that game was, the 2 youngest players did the most performance for BTA, so their future is definitely bright. I think the same thing is here with SimWorld Africa. The fact that they were able to play in the game with a team that's so offensively, with the prowess as Lone Star, shows that if they can get one scorer that is a bona fide scorer yells, they're going to be something heavy to contend with. Well done, Sean Nomley. I know it's not over yet, but you got me thinking about what a great job you're doing there, young man.
Seven-point game here, not out of the question. We've seen crazier things. And believe you me, I say crazier things here in SimWorld Prep in just 3 seasons. Mo Osborne here looking to inbound. He finds an open Jordan Kasu, who had the open 3, did not take it. He's going to force his regular basket.
Again.
Quick shot here, Lone Star. Going to finish this one off aggressively.
I don't blame them. A lot of frustration in this finish off. I think they were tested a little bit more than they wanted to be. And even though they live in that world of being tested the way they have been, I think this was more than they expected.
Another gutsy finish here from the Lone Star Basketball Club. We see a little trash talking from Coach Simpson before he leaves the court. He's got some words for the team here, for the fans as well. He's talking to the crowd here. Probably get more developments on that. Thank everybody for tuning in with us here this afternoon. Remember, we got more action coming up tomorrow in The Last Dance for day 3 of The Last Dance. Remember, this has been SimWorld Prep on SimWorld TV. I am Ron Gill, and for my partner in the booth here, Maestro, we want to say thank you for tuning in. And remember, SimWorld Sports is the only place where you can see the game, be the game.
This has been a presentation of SimWorld Sports.